if the left didn't turn every single vector of culture into ritual humiliation of white men. Even if they just let Hollywood not be woke, I think it would make things a lot better. But normies can't not ignore Hollywood. It's suicide. We are a civilization that's openly committing suicide.
Yeah, I think there's definitely something interesting about the displeasure and the sort of disgust that some elements of the far left have with a big chunk of the West, which is white guys. You know, if you're a white man, you are the very, very bottom of the victimhood hierarchy. You get no points at all. You had this quote, which I really thought was interesting. Don't gloat over your conquered foe. It gains you nothing and makes the conquered more dangerous.
Yeah.
And that to me is indicative of this really sort of, well, actually just explain that quote to me. Like why was that so interesting?
I mean, if you look at the history of empires, it's obvious. Like, if you want to conquer someone, you need to kind of have a relationship with them. It doesn't have to be a good relationship, but let's look at the British Empire as an example. When the English subjugated the Irish and the Scottish, they gave them social status if they fought for the empire. You could be an Irish or a Scottish guy, go to India, and you'd be treated like an English person. That was a way to get rid of all of the aspirational, aggressive young Irish and Scottish guys. With the Romans, if they conquered you, you were a sharp young guy. They would let you into Roman culture. And so when you conquer someone, you still have a relationship with
assimilate in some way.
Exactly. And the left always really shocks me because their complete lack of strategy is insane, where they do not look at the left's great strength is the ability to manipulate people, where they can, especially women, the left has like 10 different hooks in the collective psyche of women that they can pull from to get them to do what they want. They're horrible at grand strategy, though. And it's really shocking where they just set up their entire coalition. That their coalition building is really bad, which is, I could explain that if you'd like. And so they've established no incentive for white men to cooperate inside the system, and they keep on ritually humiliating them. I don't think this would be this bad if the left didn't turn every single vector of culture into ritual humiliation of white men. Even if they just let Hollywood not be woke, I think it would make things a lot better. But normies can't not ignore Hollywood. And I'm going to throw this point in here. We're at a point where the democratically elected governments of the West are purposely committing civilizational suicide. If we've reached this threshold and we can't talk about it, something's very wrong, where the governments of the West, a lot of them are doing degrowth, to degrow an industrialized economy. They're bringing in immigrants not out of economic self-interest, but to replace the local population. They're trying to like over-regulate the economy. They're trying to get rid of Western heritage and Western culture, and even destroy statues of the West's former leaders. The point of this is not it's not some sort of warped self-interest. It's suicide. We are a civilization that's openly committing suicide.